AM 1170. The Answer.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Again, you're listening to AM 1170, The Answer, and this is the Whissel Wednesday show. Your co-host, Jason Hall, Kyle Whissel, in studio with us, Nick and Shannon. Shannon's with Whissel Realty. Nick, one of our electrician studs. We're going to talk to him, but Paul was just telling us during the break, the rushing defense for Houston.
Number 2 in the country behind Alabama.
That does not look good for the Aztecs. I'm worried about that. But you were asking me, we're going to take this show up there. I've been thinking about going, and then I got a call from my best friend yesterday, like, hey, he just was given 4 corporate tickets to the CBS Sports Classic in Vegas at the brand new arena, and that is Ohio State playing UCLA, which UCLA right now is number 2 in the nation. They just beat Kentucky this past weekend. Leaf, one of the kids here from Foothills Christian, a local kid, one of the best freshmen I've ever seen play in 30 years of watching college basketball. So they have that game, and then followed by North Carolina Tar Heels and the Kentucky Wildcats. That's 2 great games. Here's the problem, Kyle. The football game is the exact same time.
Same time, same place.
Yeah, same time, same place. And so I still haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I guess it's a good issue to have. I may not go at all, watch everything on the TV, flip back and forth. That's probably what will end up happening. But
I would just go to Topgolf if I were you and watch both at the same time.
What's Topgolf?
Topgolf is the most amazing thing ever invented.
Okay.
Instead of going to like a typical driving range, they basically Vegased out what a driving range is. So you go, you've got your own like private cabana. You've got nice.
You see my golf game.
Yeah. It becomes an interactive thing where the balls have little electronic chips in them, and you're trying to hit towards specific targets, and you get points, and you're competing against your buddies. They've got very attractive service staff there.
Welcome to Vegas.
Some of these cabanas actually have their own little private pool, so you can literally hang out for the entire day. Wow. Yes. They've got drinks and cigars and
how would
whatever
Kyle,
else
how would Kyle know about this?
Whatever else you can dream up in Vegas, you can have at Topgolf.
Wow.
And you can watch your games while you're playing your golf game.
Wow.
And some of them are air conditioned because it gets a little toasty in Vegas. It's pretty amazing. So just go there. And then you don't even have to pick one. You just have it all.
It sounds like a monthly getaway.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's got the monthly membership, Nick.
It's actually not started in Vegas, though. They started the business out, I believe, in Texas, and it just finally made it to Vegas, and then Vegas just
made it
even more Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas had to make it Vegas.
Yes. So if you're going to Vegas, you should go to Topgolf. Whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, you'll have an amazing time. It is fun for all.
All right. Hey, Paul, real quick. You're a huge Aztec fan like me. Would you go to the football game, or if you had corporate center seats like first row, would you go to that doubleheader basketball game I was just talking about?
That's a tough one.
It's tough, huh?
Yeah, I would probably lean towards the basketball game.
Yeah, it's so tough.
I lean toward Topgolf. I think that sounds fabulous.
Shannon's ready to go to Vegas.
I'm going. Let's do this.
They could be golfing for all we care.
All right.
Topgolf is a good time. But speaking of Vegas has a couple lights out there, right?
I don't know how they do all those lights.
Well, we got somebody we can ask.
Let's ask.
Nick North, Source One Electric.
Yes, sir.
How does Vegas have all those lights on those buildings?
Lots of hydroelectric power. The Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam produces all that, huh?
Absolutely. The Hoover Dam produces 95% of the power provided to that place.
Wow. Yeah. Is there anything that produces more power in the world than the Hoover Dam, or it's got to be ranked up there in top 3 or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't
hydropower,
speak honestly to that, but as far as hydropower is concerned, I think the Hoover Dam would be at the top, towards the top of the list. Yeah.
Have you guys ever been out there?
Yep.
You have to at least go see it, but then you can go down inside and tour it, which is a really
fantastic,
unbelievable tour. Mm-hmm. But even if you don't go down inside, if you just go see it, it's huge, and they got some outside stuff they'll take you through, show you the film of building it, how many people lost their lives, kind of what they had to do.
It's a great museum in there.
It's great.
I think I slept in that day.
You slept in that day. That's the thing Mr. Hall does in Vegas.
Yeah, don't they have like a Transformers thing? My kids love that. They have like this whole Transformers setup with all the mega Autobots and all that.
They probably have that now because the Transformer movie.
Yeah, so that my kids went with their papa that day, and I got to sleep in. Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah, that is good. So how many lights do you imagine? Or, well, I don't know. I'm trying to ask questions here.
That was terrible. Good try, though.
No,
I'm like,
millions.
Is there a
Millions.
swing and a miss button on that board, Jason?
That's why I'm not playing at Top Golf there, Kyle.
So, Nick, I mean, that would be the home run for you, is to get a job lighting up a Vegas hotel.
Yeah. In fact, in about 10 years, we'll be financially sound enough to be able to support a job of that nature. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we could build a Vegas hotel, we know we've arrived, or at least we're getting there.
That's how you know you made it, right?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, let me ask you this, Nick. We've known each other for years, and I know you're a great electrician, and you own your own company here in San Diego. You do a ton of business with a ton of real estate agents, a ton of consumers that both residential, which is personal, right, and commercial, working with businesses. Why'd you get started as an electrician? How'd that start?
Do you really want to know?
I do. That's why I'm asking the question.
It was quite by accident, actually. In the process of growing up, transitioning from a teenager to an adult, I landed in a position where I needed a job, and I had a buddy, and I was dating this girl, and got introduced, and kind of fell right into it, actually.
And you were just natural, huh? You just enjoyed it?
I picked it up quickly and easily. I enjoyed it. It was I was working with my hands. I was in a different location every 3 weeks. I satisfied my ADD. I was able to move around and learn new things. I was aggressive and interested in it, and I asked a lot of questions. I irritated a lot of my supervisors because they thought I was questioning their authority when really I was just trying to learn the trade.
Kyle, it sounds like you could be a real estate agent.
Right?
I have a question. I have a really dumb question.
No such
Do you
thing.
ever get zapped? Do you ever get like a little tingle?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Okay. So I've been bit by 120, and that's a bite. They call it a bite for a reason, because
Wow.
it feels like you get stuck by a needle or a little scratch
like a
from
little
a cat.
venomous, like a little snap.
Right. And I've also had very large switchboards, 3,000 amp switchboards. I've
Crackle
had
at you.
one that actually, when I turned the main breaker on, there was a short somewhere in the system, and the whole thing exploded. I felt my head compress. It picked me up. It threw me about. Yeah, it was gnarly.
Trying to find a good button there, sorry. It says the sun is shining. That made me think of something with the sun, right?
Crackle, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So there's definitely some risk to your job. You got to be on it and
Absolutely.
know. And there's some danger in not knowing when there's shorts or different things.
Absolutely. I think the biggest hazard in my job is not respecting the power that you're working with, right?
That's
So
a good
being
point.
overconfident is actually your biggest risk.
That's a good point. Well, it sounds like you're a pro, and people should really look to you for guidance since you have been doing it for a long
I mean, and that's why you're getting calls, because a lot of the homeowners don't want to touch anything electrical, right? You get stuff,
That's
even like you
smart.
said, to flip the switch because it just blew a circuit and the little push button there. They don't even want to touch the push button. They're so scared, right?
Right. It's kind of like me with plumbing. So if I walk into the bathroom and I'm seeing a leak and I'm thinking I can fix that, and in the back of my head I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to flood my bathroom if I touch that. That's kind of the same thing that goes on in people's heads with electricity. Either I'm going to get bit, I'm going to burn down my house, blah blah blah.
That's the fear, though. I don't mess with electrical. I always call a professional because honestly, it's too scary for me.
Right, and that's the advice I give to the customers. If you're afraid of it, don't touch it. If
Don't
you
touch
respect
it.
it, you might be able to do it.
I love it. If you want to get connected with Nick North, Source One Electric, give us a call, shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. I know I've been the stubborn guy who's like, you know what, I'm going to change these outlets out. I don't even need to turn the power off.
this
I'm
doesn't
just going
sound
to
good.
use
He got bit.
I'm
He
going
got
to use
bit.
a couple sets of pliers.
I
I'm
got
going to use
bit.
pliers with rubber handles, and as long as I don't touch the metal,
Yep.
that's always fun.
Yeah.
It keeps you awake.
And in your house, shaking like nothing. So the truth of the electricity thing is I don't do any selling with fear, but there's a real hazard. A quarter amp can kill you.
Oh.
It's really about interrupting the electrical flow to your heart. So it's not about how much or how little power you're introducing into your body. It's about timing. Right, so you interrupt the flow of electricity through your system, and any amount of power can kill you. So you have to respect it.
Yeah, I'm
What about
fearful.
sticking your tongue on a 9-volt battery?
So that is a very, very low amount of energy, and I actually test them that way. But yeah,
You don't carry the tester,
Whoa,
Nick?
you're
What's
a
going
little
on, man?
power junkie over here. He's like, oh, this works, this works.
Yeah,
Well, after
who
you
needs
get bit-
Red Bull when you
Yeah.
can just stick a 9-volt battery on your
Shannon, when
tongue?
you're bitten by 120,
Oh,
you always need just that little bit of kick, right? You
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
That's what the little 9,
It's a drug. Yeah,
It's a
keeps them
drug.
coming back for
Keeps
more.
them back.
so let's be clear. The reality is that household power is probably Not going to kill you. It's going to bite you. You're going to jump. I had a friend in high school, and he liked to flirt with the girls. He would take 2 metal probes. He'd stick them into each side of the receptacle and show off by how long he could hold on to it while his arms were shaking. And then he'd pull them out, and he'd smile. And
You must have gone to school in East County, Nick.
Yes, I did. He never got any girls that way either. So
Surprise!
But he kept doing it.
Smoke coming out of his ears.
yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I love it. So we're all realtors, mortgage guys here on the show. When somebody's buying a home, what are some of the electrical issues that you see most commonly?
Most commonly in San Diego, based on the age of a lot of the neighborhoods that we have here. I get calls down in the South Park, North Park,
My hood.
Golden Hills.
Yeah, the homes are 100 years old, man.
Yeah,
old boxes.
The oldest home I walked into still had
tube.
the propane candles on the left and the right of the fireplace before they even introduced electricity into the neighborhoods. They're very old systems, old, outdated, underpowered, and there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers in San Diego. So you get
So you
into
come out
these,
to inspect them and make sure they're actually
Absolutely.
in working order, or if they should be replaced.
Absolutely.
Or if the buyer should be asking for maybe request repairs, and that's something maybe Shannon can talk about when you see
Correct.
stuff
Those
like that.
craftsmen's are wood. So when those boxes are old and faulty like that knob and tube starts to fray, and
Right.
it's like it gets scary.
So this is one of the things that I do. So just having knob and tube in your home doesn't by itself necessitate repair, right? What necessitates repair is if that knob and tube has been modified, creating a hazard,
Right.
very specifically, right? So just because it's old doesn't mean that work needs to be done. What determines whether or not work needs to be done is the safety of the system combined with the age. You could have a brand new home that you had a homeowner go into and do a whole bunch of modifications on his own, add stuff, but not know how to do it right. He knows how to make it work, but
So
he
it's a
doesn't know.
hazard.
Right.
Yeah.
So he creates hazards in a brand new home.
But I would imagine still a lot of people want to have that replaced. As they see that old stuff, Kyle, Shannon, most of your clients are probably going, look, how much is this going to cost to replace? Even if it's working, I want to have more up-to-date stuff. That's something you come in and kind of bid that as well, right?
So
Nick?
that's one of the things that most realtors like about the way we handle things is that when I do the inspection, I'm good at discerning the difference between desires and safety concerns, right? You can have an upgrade or you can have a repair. And most of the time the repairs are going to be negotiable in escrow. Most of the time the upgrades are not. So we'll discern the difference between the upgrade and the repair. We'll provide 2, 3, 4 quotes if needed so that the buyer or the seller and the realtor that's connected with them has the ability to take these numbers and incorporate them as they see fit.
Okay.
I love it. So again, if you want to get connected with Nick, Source One Electric, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. Nick, what do you charge for an inspection? I mean, let's say somebody's in escrow and there are some electrical issues.
Most homes I can inspect in roughly an hour.
Okay.
We have a $125 minimum fee to
Okay.
inspect a home. If I get into a home that's really beat up, really old, has really inaccessible spaces, or it's really large and requires an immense amount of inspection, it could take 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
After the first $125, it's $85 per hour after that.
Okay, gotcha. Again, 619-663-7355. We'll get you connected with Nick at Source One Electric. When we get back from the break, we want to talk about some of those old homes down there in South Park, Golden Hill, with Shannon Williams of Whissel Realty. We'll be right back on AM 1170, The Answer.
AM 1170, The Answer.